The National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) has called on stakeholders to strictly adhere to the Human Rights Council resolution in dealing with issues affecting persons with disabilities (PWDs). The Executive Secretary of NHRC, Dr. Tony Ojukwu, made the call at the one-day stakeholders forum on inclusive transport and accessible housing for PWDs in Abuja. Dr. Ojukwu lamented the long-standing marginalization of PWDs in areas such as transport and housing, stressing that these are fundamental human rights, not privileges. He emphasized that PWDs deserve equal opportunity and participation in advancing and promoting their rights. The NHRC boss commended the Ability Life Initiative Tally for organizing the forum, which provided a platform for stakeholders to foster conversations and deepen partnerships on access and inclusion. He noted that ensuring equal access to safe, inclusive, and affordable housing and transport system is a human rights obligation that Nigeria must prioritize. Similarly, the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, NCPWD, Chief Ayuba Bulki-Gufwan, highlighted provisions of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018. He stressed that the law has created enforceable rights for PWDs, and the NCPWD will continue to pursue this right to ensure their enjoyment.
It's very apt and timely that attention and focus should be drawn to the implementation of the provisions of Section 9 of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act of 2018. My administration is proud of this bold initiative taken by the Ability Life Initiative. The time to emphasize total adherence with the section is long overdue, and its enforcement is now. It may interest us to know that Section 9 of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act of 2018 focuses on goods, services, and facilities. This section ensures that persons with disabilities have equal access to goods, services, and facilities just like everyone else. Here are some key aspects. Equal access. Persons with disabilities are entitled to access goods, services, and facilities without facing discrimination of any sort. Accessibility requirements. Service providers are required to make their facilities and services accessible to persons with disabilities. Inclusive practices. This section promotes inclusive practices, ensuring that persons with disabilities can participate fully in the society. The significance of Section 9 lies in its potential to promote inclusion. By ensuring equal access to goods, services, and facilities, Section 9 promotes the inclusion of persons with disabilities in the society. Enhance participation. This section enables persons with disabilities to participate fully in various aspects of life, including economic, social, and cultural activities. Reduce barriers. By requiring accessibility, Section 9 helps reduce physical and social barriers that hinders the participation of persons with disabilities. Overall, Section 9 plays a crucial role in advancing the rights of persons with disabilities in Nigeria, promoting inclusivity and ensuring equal opportunities for all. Non-compliance involves the operationalization of the provisions of Section 1 and Section 9 of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act of 2018 are interconnected in promoting the rights and inclusion of persons with disabilities. Section 1 sets the tune for the entire act by prohibiting discrimination against persons with disabilities. It establishes the fundamental principle of equal rights and opportunities for persons with disabilities, while Section 9 specifically focuses on ensuring equal access to goods, services, and facilities for persons with disabilities. It operationalizes the principle of non-discrimination established by Section 1 by requiring service providers to make their facilities and services accessible. The relationship between the two sections can be seen as follows. Principles and application. Section 1 provides the overreaching principle of non-discrimination, while Section 9 applies this principle to a specific area: goods, services, and facilities. Foundation and implementation. Section 1 lays the foundation for promoting equal rights, and Section 9 implements this principle by ensuring equal access to essential services and facilities. Complementary provision. Both sections complement each other in promoting the inclusion and participation of persons with disabilities in society. In essence, Section 1 sets the stage for the Act's objectives, and Section 9 provides specific guidance on ensuring equal access to goods, services, and facilities, thereby reinforcing the principle of non-discrimination. This forum will bring attention and application of the section on the transport and housing gaps in the compliance requirement under the Act by the individuals and organizations in our society. The law has created enforceable rights, which agencies of government must work in collaboration to ensure that persons with disabilities enjoy the full benefits of the law. The National Commission for Persons with Disabilities will continue to drive the enforcement of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act of 2018 to ensure that persons with disabilities enjoy the rights and privileges guaranteed under the law. The National Commission for Persons with Disabilities 2025 Transport Compliance Roadmap and Accessible Housing Framework will soon be launched, as this is part of our effort to make the society more inclusive to further ensure the implementation of this act in its entirety. Ladies and gentlemen, effective and efficient modalities for compliance enforcement have been put in place under my watch to ensure and protect these liberties. We will continue to seek our collaboration. We will continue to seek out collaborations, especially the time we have today with the Ability Life initiative that will help us to make far-reaching impact. This is a commendable initiative. Once again, you are welcome. Thank you and God bless.
The co-founder of Tally, Barrister Prada Uzodinma, revealed that the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, OHCHR, had tasked the group to review Nigeria's position on transport and housing for PWDs. The forum aimed to mobilize housing operators, collect accountability measures, and produce evidence-based reports to advance inclusion for PWDs. The event brought together key stakeholders from government, civil society, and advocacy groups to deliberate on strategies for bridging accessibility gaps and fostering inclusive development across the country.
Persons with disabilities. To our government ministries here represented, transport operators, civil society, our partners in development, and above all, our community of persons with disabilities, I welcome you warmly to this historic stakeholder forum. Today, we gather at a defining moment. The Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights has set before us both a challenge and an opportunity to provide evidence-based, actionable inputs on transport accessibility here in Nigeria. Guided by our obligations under the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, and Nigeria's Disability Act of 2018. The countdown to the High Commissioner for Human Rights deadline reminds us that history will record not just our discussions, but our courage to act. This forum is not another dialogue, it is a summit of responsibility, and our task is clear. Our task, most importantly or generically speaking, is to provide answers to the 16 thematic questions that have been asked to give a stance on Nigeria's position for transport and accessible housing. Our task includes to identify the real barriers persons with disabilities face across roads, rails, airways, waterways, and cities. Our task also includes to review our laws and policies, some of which I believe you have printed sheets with you, with honesty, asking where they fall short and how we can bring them into alignment with the CRPD standards. To showcase solutions and innovations from accessible taxis to inclusive housing models, proving that progress is not only possible but urgent. And most importantly, to ensure that persons with disabilities are not just subjects of policy, but authors of change, central in planning, implementation, and monitoring. Our expected outcomes are ambitious but necessary. By the close of this forum, we seek nothing less than the mobilization of regulators, operators, and disability organizations to enforce the Disabilities Act and embrace the CRPD and OHCHR obligations. The establishment of a National Accessibility Task Force, a true coalition of accountability, coordination, and advocacy. An evidence-based action framework, which is a situational analysis, a policy brief, and a validated OHCHR submission that will stand as Nigeria's commitment to inclusive transport. And finally, a sustained coordination mechanism that will drive real change from pilot projects in accessible transport to reporting progress on compliance at the national and international level. Distinguished colleagues, the responsibility upon us is immense, but so is the opportunity. We have the chance to place Nigeria at the forefront of inclusive development to show that accessibility is not charity, but justice, not aspiration, but obligation. Let us approach today's forum with the unity of purpose, with boldness in vision, and with the conviction that an inclusive Nigeria is a stronger Nigeria. On behalf of the Ability Life Initiative, I thank our partners, the National Human Rights Commission and the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, for standing with us in this mission. Together, let us ensure that when the OHCHR looks to Nigeria, it sees not hesitation, but leadership, not excuses, but solutions, not barriers, but bridges. I welcome you all once again, and I look forward to the concrete transformative outcomes that will emerge from our collective wisdom today. Thank you.
Baba Sunday, Eagles FM News.